I am Lauren Whitley. And welcome to the special episode of Real Time with Lauren. So today on our show, we're going to have a special guest named Maureen O'Malley. She's come all the way from Bridgetown to talk to you. So, yep, I hope you enjoy it. Here she is. Hello everybody, my name's Maureen O'Malley and I have come here today to tell you my story. I hope you enjoy it. Okay, well Maureen, I'm sure that all of us are very excited to hear your story, so let's get started. So Maureen, how old are you and where do you come from? I'm 16 years old and I live in Biglow. Okay, so who's your closest friend? Is she here watching you today? Sadly no, Bridget Flannery's not here with us today. She was one of my best friends that I've ever had and probably will ever have. We have been best friends since kindergarten. People say that they've never really seen us apart before. And also, if you didn't know us, you couldn't really tell us apart. I think most of us know of the devastating tragedy that happened to you and Bridget last winter. But would you tell to some of us that don't know about it? Sure. So it all started when we got into my car and we were on the way to cheer practice. Bridget had offered to drive to give my leg a break because I had injured it the day before. We were driving along the road and I realized that it was really snowy. All I remember after that was that Bridget crossed the yellow line. I remember seeing a truck barreling toward us, and then after that, I remember nothing. I learned later that we had crashed, and I was thrown 30 feet from the car. I also learned after that I was rushed to the hospital very quickly, but I never really knew what happened to Bridget. Wow, that must have been really scary. Now, I heard that there was some confusion. What was it? Yes, Lauren, there was. After a month or so after the accident, I finally woke up from my coma. Bridget's boyfriend, Danny, was there. He heard me try to speak, and he rushed off to tell the doctor that Bridget had woken up. I was thinking, no, I'm not Bridget, I'm Maureen, but I wasn't able to tell them that. The doctors came into the room to see what was happening. That's how my recovery started, struggling with everybody thinking I was Bridget. Everybody thought the girl who had survived the crash was Bridget, and Maureen had died. So where does this surprising turnout happen? I was still not really able to move my body or form words with my mouth yet. One day when a doctor came into my room in the hospital to check my records, he realized that the girl in the bed, who everybody thought was Bridget, had braces. The record said that Bridget didn't have braces. The girl in the bed had also already lost all her teeth. Bridget still had one more to lose. It was then that the doctor realized that the girl in the bed was Maureen, and Bridget was the one who had actually died. You two must have really looked alike for something like that to happen. What were your family's and Bridget's family's reaction to this? Kit Flannery, Bridget's mom, as you can understand, did not handle this well at all. Throughout the rest of my recovery as Maureen, I felt that Kit despised me for surviving and for her daughter for dying. I think she felt like that it was my fault that Bridget had died. That must have been really hard for you, Maureen. How did the rest of your life improve? As I can tell, it did. It was okay. I feel like, and still feel like, people who loved Bridget hate me for surviving, and it being Bridget who died. It has been really hard for me, going to rehab every day, and having to cope with the loss of my best friend, Bridget. But as you can see, I have almost fully recovered. I am still not able, and probably never will be able, to do the thing I love again, cheer. I am so glad that you came today to tell us of this story of yours. If you had to say one thing that you learned from this whole affair, what would it be? I don't even have to think about that one. I learned that I should, well, we actually all should, embrace life happily while we have it, because you never know when it might come to an end. That's just lovely. Well, sadly, we have to say goodbye. I think we all enjoyed your inspiring story greatly. Am I right, folks? Yep, that's what I thought. So thank you, Maureen O'Malley, for taking your time to come in here today. It's been a pleasure having you. No, thank you. I enjoyed being here and telling you all my story. Thanks for having me again. Bye. Bye. And that concludes our special edition of Real Time with Lauren. Thank you and have a nice night.